When you're working and managing a busy life, reading is often a luxury that gets set aside. One of the things that I found is when I worked, I would read a book, to further my career, something management oriented, or if I was trying to learn a new concept, I'd read for that. Or I'd read, 15, 20 minutes before bed. But what I'm realizing now in my retirement life, the gift of time has allowed me to rekindle my friendship with reading. And it's changed in different ways where I'm not reading in a rushed way. It's more for enjoyment. So it's more about, grab a cup of coffee, sit down for 30 minutes, put on some background music, and read whatever I've chosen to focus on. In this video, I'm going to talk about the evolution of not only my reading, the genres I'm reading, but also the tools that I'm using for reading. So hopefully this inspires you to rekindle your relationship with reading. So let's talk about the different ways that we can read. In the past, I was always a paper girl. I loved my paper books, hard copy or soft copy. I really enjoyed the routine or the ritual almost of holding the book, flipping the pages, having my pen so that I could write in the margins or highlight something that really spoke to me. And I have certain books that I've read 3 or 4 times, every 4 or 5 years, depending on what was going on in my life. And it's been nice actually to review the different notes that I wrote in those books because it took me back to where I was. But now in retirement, I am embracing other modes of reading. So I have an iPad, and I used to use my iPad mostly to check email and to surf the net. Yeah, I know. But now I've discovered digital books. I had a couple friends, Tamala and Jatanya, who always were singing the praises of and convenience of ebooks because you can load them onto your tablet, 3, 4, 5 books. You don't have the weight of carrying physical books. But I was always just hesitant to try that. But I have since embraced using my iPad as a reader, and I absolutely love it. One of the things that I really have tuned into is accessing the library to download books. I like having 3 or 4 books going at a time, depending on if something is helping me work on something mentally or psychologically, if I'm trying to learn something about nutrition or Pilates, or if I'm just reading for enjoyment. Being able to download those books from the library has been a game changer. I do want to say that this year I decided I was going to explore a different genre, and I settled on science fiction. I've never read science fiction before, and I decided I'm going to look for African American female science fiction authors. So I found Octavia Butler and Nendi Okafor. I'm going to include some pictures of their books, but they have been absolutely game changers for me. The worlds that these women paint or construct, they're so real. And when I'm sitting there reading, I feel like I'm there with the characters and I'm part of the story, and I've totally enjoyed them. So if you know of any other authors, feel free to drop a comment in the comment section. I actually used Google to come up with a list of 5 or 10 authors. So I'm maintaining a list. And as I finish the different books, I just search in the library for the next author that I want to read. I do want to give you guys something new that I found about the library. I didn't know this, but my local library seems to have a limited quantity or resources for African American female science fiction authors. So I've learned that I can pay a fee, like a non-resident fee, and have access to a library in Florida or a library in New York that gives me a broader range of resources. So I am going to do that, probably going to do the library that's in Los Angeles because from what I'm reading, it's the number one library globally. So, hey, why not? But the last thing that I want to touch on in Medium in terms of reading are audiobooks. My daughter uses audiobooks a lot. She's turned me on to them. I've done them once or twice. It's hard for me to maintain my concentration with them, so I haven't fully utilized them, but the goal is to do at least 2 or 3 this year, and maybe it'll grow on me. So you've got the traditional paper books, you've got the digital ebooks, and now we have audiobooks. And all of these are available from your local library. So why not? If you don't already have a library card or library account, look into getting one. Not trying to do a public service announcement, or maybe I am, because it'll allow you to broaden, your knowledge and to learn new tools and things like that. I want to share some additional benefits of ebooks and audiobooks. With the ebooks, one of the things is you can adjust the fonts and you can also adjust the lighting. So if you have sensitive eyes or maybe your vision is not the best, you can, increase the font to a 14 or a 16. And if you're reading in dark lighting, it'll automatically adjust. Typically, your reader will automatically adjust based on the environment that you're reading in. With audiobooks, it's always kind of nice if you have an upcoming road trip or maybe you have a long commute, you could have the audiobook playing while you're in your car, assuming that you have a car that takes Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, which is also a nice way to, just gather some information while you're riding. I did want to point out when you go to access these resources from your library, they typically will use an application titled Libby or Hoopla. I am most familiar with Libby, and it's basically a free download, pretty straightforward. You download the application, put it on your iPad or your phone, whichever device you're going to use, and from that point, you connect your library card or cards if you have multiples to the Libby, and then when you go to download the information, it's automatically put on the Libby. So it sounds a little complicated, but it's pretty straightforward, and it's definitely worth the effort. So keep in mind, I had mentioned before that you may have access to libraries that are in other states. It's just really a matter of Googling for those libraries and then deciding which one meets your needs the best, depending on the type of resources that you want to check out. I want to know from you, what type of book person are you? Do you prefer traditional paper? Do you like the ebooks, the audiobooks? Drop a comment and also let me know if there's a book that you've read that you completely fell in love with or found to be a game changer for you. Include the title and the author in the comment section. It might be helpful for me or other people that are watching this video who may want to explore different genres. And lastly, if you haven't already, please take a moment to like the video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.